Okay, brother.
Yes.
So, what do you think my chances of making it down the entire Appalachian Trail?
Knowing you and your determination, I think it's 100%.
Ooh!
I think you'll give it 100%, and I think you're also smart enough to know if you can't, you'll back off.
You're the best.
And come home.
Oh,
And there's no shame in that. We're very proud of what you're doing. It's amazing of what you're doing. And it's an inspiration to us all. That's the hardship you went through after overcoming all this. And I love you dearly.
thank you. I love you so much too. That was the best. Okay, so I'm back in my wheelhouse. This is what I love to do. And I'm actually in my backyard trying to go through every single bit of gear I have, pack the way I need to pack for it to be the easiest to access, because most of the time I put my tent at the bottom of my pack. It just fits there really well because it's kind of like a jelly roll. But the more I was thinking about it, the more I thought it's better if it's at the top, because if it's raining out, it's going to be the first thing I'm going to need to pull out, get it up, then just pull everything inside, and then unroll everything and just kind of negotiate inside when it's raining. So those little things that you don't think about when you're out day after day after day, because you tend to, when you go backpacking, you tend to, let's face it, look at the weather and say, oh, the weather's going to be nice, I'm going to go out for a few days. So, but when you're out there during every type of weather, you have to really think through what's going to actually work in a rainstorm. So, I mean, not that I haven't, you've seen me, I've been out in ice and snow and rain, freezing rain and all that. I tend to go out in bad weather, particularly since I started to train for this Thru-Hike. I'm actually out today because it was 25 degrees this morning, and it's going to be a low of 27 tonight. And I'm going to stay in the tent again and just make sure the clothing that I have picked is going to be fine. It was fine, the 10-degree backpack trip that I did up at the Delaware Water Gap, but you want to test it again to make sure, because the winds are higher tonight than they were. It was 10 degrees, but the wind chill was kind of perfect. So tonight it's going to be really windy. And I think that the sustained winds have been 19 miles per hour, and then we're having gusts about 28 miles per hour tonight. So this will be a good, I'll eat out here, I'll sleep out here, hang out here tonight, and show you me going through each thing and then dissect, do I really need everything I've chosen to bring? Okay, so I guess I hope you come along for the ride and give me any tips that you might have, things you see I might be able to improve upon, and that would be great. I have everything in here that I plan to carry, except my Ursack isn't as full, but I already know the poundage that this will weigh because all my resupply boxes have been weighed, and I'm just going with that I will be carrying at least 6 pounds of food on resupply day.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright, then my journey was over. What I sought when I ran was back where I began. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn off the light, I'm coming home.
So I wasn't sure how the meal was going to turn out because I had halved it, and you know, sometimes the flavorings, the seasonings get, you know, distributed weird, but actually it worked out really good. And this is a blend of a bunch of dried vegetables. There's carrots, there's peppers. I put an extra tomato in it, but there was already dried tomato in it. Beans, couscous, quinoa. There's like, it's I think a 5-grain combination that I put in here, and then what's called a just like ham seasoning. That's a vegan seasoning. It's super good. I could eat this pretty much 5 nights a week. Way better than Northside's. Okay, so it's 33 degrees out. I just checked, and I'm still just in my base layer and my puffy, my REI puffy, and I'm pretty cozy so far. You can definitely see my breath in the air. So it's cold in here, but I'm not even in my liner, or my quilt's kind of pushed to the side right now, and I'm doing good. I might put on an extra pair of socks on my feet. I still have my sneakers on because I went out to use the bathroom real quick, and I'm really tired, so I'm just going to tuck in. I've just been reading my Kindle and editing some video, so I'm wondering if my neighbor thinks I'm nuts. The one over here, I haven't spoken to her in almost a year, I don't think. So she must see this tent going up and down, so it's kind of funny. But what she must think of why I'm camping in the yard. I think I've lost my mind. But yeah, so far I really haven't found anything that I do really, at some point, I kind of got a little lazy. Kind of at some point, I have to really examine the ditty bag. I think that's the one thing. And I do have a couple extra cords that I'm hoping I can kind of condense, but it's shocking how many different things actually use different cords. So I was hoping I could kind of condense them down to 2 or 3, but it's not looking good so far. So yeah, so I'm gonna tuck in and get in my liner and quilt and try to get a good night's sleep. The wind is really quiet right now, so far, I'm kind of lucking out tonight. And yeah, so far so good. See you in the morning. Good night. Morning. Everything, it got way colder than they said. It's 22 degrees. I went in to use the bathroom and I wasn't surprised. The chair is frozen. The entire tent is frozen. There's snow completely on the whole, well, not snow, but ice that looks like snow on the whole outer part of the tent. So, but I gotta say, the sleep system works, and I'm still, my mid layer is still in here, my bigger gloves, which I am going to bring because my hands do feel a little bit tight now that I'm out in the air. But I just slept in what would be considered maybe a little thicker than a liner glove. I had gotten them when I lost my North Face gloves, which I really loved. They were perfect weight for me and they were waterproof. So yeah, I have these, but I didn't have to put them on, and my mid layer is still in my clothing bag. I forgot to show you that I did add to my gear this little thing, if you can see the size of it with my hand, and I have sorry about this, very small hands. I'll put it up here. That is a fanny pack. It's 3 ounces. I found that on Amazon. It's, let me look. Well, I'll put it on the screen so I don't have to waste your time. So I will be packing up later. I got to take care of my dog, obviously. And I think what I'm going to do, there's no sense in putting a wet tent away today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the temperature rise and this kind of all brush off. But I guess because it's good to see how these perform. So that's what built up. That's what built up through the night, inside and out on the tent. So it was icy. I'm definitely puffy. But I guess you're gonna have to get used to seeing that in the morning anyway, so I might as well bite the bullet now.
I'm going to pray to the God that I believe in every day, that He watches over you, He gives you protection, He keeps you from many broken bones and bodies every morning when I wake up, and every night before I go to bed, and in between. And I'm going to pray that He brings you back to us because we love you so much.